So you've just downloaded Million Lords, finished the basic tutorial, and now you're wondering, what should I do? I was taught to attack and reinforce cities in the tutorial, but that's about it. You see cities around you, and you're probably wondering, like, what's the difference in the different types? Of course, if they're higher level, they have higher defense, and lower level have lower defense. The wall timers that you see, if you tap on a city or zoom into a city, you'll see this one has that /XP on it. That means it doesn't have experience for 14 minutes. You can also just tap on the city and it'll magnify that. And so you don't really want to take those because those will not level you up, but these will. Of course, you can just see the estimated defense on the city, so you want to send more troops than that, preferably, unless your striker's higher, but we won't worry about that for now. The very first thing you really want to do when you download Million Lords is, and I'm saying this seriously, subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Discord channel. Now, the YouTube channel will kind of give you can scroll through, and I have different playlists of gameplay, strategy, and just some random stuff that could be informational there. And you can watch those. Some of them are outdated now with the new updates, so preferably watch the newer ones. I do have a very basic tutorial just giving you like information on different terminology and your way around like tapping on different buttons within this game and where to find stuff. And that was my very first video posted, and I'll probably be remaking that soon because it is not 100% up to date. But the reason you want to join my Discord channel is because, and I'll show you here, I have all the promo codes that were ever made recently, I mean, up to that point. And you can just simply copy and paste them into your settings and be able to receive free gifts. And if you're in my server, every time there's a promo code that is posted, you can just copy that, post it into, or like paste it into Million Lords in the promo section, which I'll show in just a second, and you'll get free loot. Now, the reason you want to do this at the very first thing is because when you're arranging your skill points up here, and it tells you where to put them or like what each point does for each item or skill, then you want to first get your gear to be as high level as you can. Not level necessarily, but like fill your gear slots as much as you can. And so you know how much you need to put into your skill points and arrange it more properly. So let me show you that right now. Basically all you do, and some of these are inactive. I actually haven't tested them myself recently because I'd have to create a new account, try them all out, and then create a new account to show you me using them. But I will repost the ones that are active at the bottom of this list after I've done this, and then I'll also just like skip through the different ones that are active, just showing you in this video. So I will copy text, very first one. I'll then go into settings. It's up in the top right corner. I will tap on promo codes, press enter promo code, paste, done, send. It'll say invalid if the code is like an old code as well. Any codes that have like STRM in front of them, they're always just like 2-day codes at most. So you do not want to use those because those will always be inactive. Promo code, paste. So the first one that works is back. It's a pretty solid one. It gives you 500 sapphires and 50 speed boosts. So let me just copy text. I think this is the same one that I did earlier. Paste. That one does work. The loot one does work, and that is perfect. These are super useful when you first start. So that's a good one. We'll copy this one. I think this one's probably still active. because they just released a YouTube video. Yeah, great. So that one gives me 6 chests in total, super useful, especially just starting off. Then we'll try this one, copy text, promo code, paste. Discord one still works. 1 jewel box, still useful, especially just starting off. So this one, copy text. This one probably won't work if you're like watching this video a few days later. Yeah, it doesn't work at all, because that was like a limited time. I'm gonna change this one to 21, and I'm glad they changed that, because sometimes if you just got it, it would activate immediately. So that was a pain. So yeah, I got a chest. Unfortunately, it forces me to open it slowly, because by the way, if you double tap it, it will just disappear. There's a glitch for that. So you want to open it, tap it once, and then it opens. I'll try to demonstrate the glitch, see if it works. So if I just like tap multiple times, oh, it still opens. Okay, never mind, guys. Apparently that doesn't always work. So you will also get chests. Great, got a mythic. Hopefully it's not shit. It is good, awesome. So you will also get chests from events, clan missions, and I don't think there is events. Maybe it just hasn't showed up yet. Maybe it takes a couple days. But in Bronze League, then I'm not seeing events. I hate that it makes me like do this with you guys, because I could just easily just fill these instantly, but it's like forcing me to do it slow as fuck. Dude, I know you press autofill. Yep, okay, great. Autofill, sweet. So I'll just do the autofill now. So you just autofill everything. Okay, so obviously attack, defense, production, and speed. So in the production screen, then you really want to focus on this. You want to focus on the troop production, not gold production, because gold production or gold can be earned through many different avenues, whereas troop production is kind of a limited avenue. Along with the new update as well, then it is, I think, more of a important part of the game now. So you want to make sure to do that, focus on that. So then now that we have our gear, we will now look at this. And so I got 100 sapphires just from the daily login. You will get that as well, because it'll show you the first one. Then just all these basic first achievements. You want to collect those. Then you'll get 69 sapphires. That's funny. Okay, so then what you want to do here is on all these social media ones, you just tap it, press yes, then you just go back to game. Just ignore it. And then you press, then it gives you it at the top here, or it doesn't. There, so it shows you that. So then you just go through all of them real quick. And so then you go to the next one, press yes, then you don't actually follow them. It's kind of a, like they didn't maybe optimize that so well. Then we'll do Instagram, press yes, we'll just go back. And so now at the top here, I'm just gonna reload this screen. Then it shows you all the ones that you have claimed. Is there another one? Let's see, oh, Facebook, I didn't do that one. Yes, then we're gonna go back here and just reload that. And so now there is 250 sapphires for free in game. Now you can of course follow them and they have some useful information, but if you just want them without following, then you can just get those for free right away. And the reason you want sapphires is, and I don't think there's any other missions that right away you can do. So yeah, don't worry about that. The reason you want sapphires is, you see I have 900 here. I can also get sapphires from watching videos up here, or just go to sapphires and you see the watch ad. You can get 10 of those and you can watch them every hour. So a total of 240 per day technically, but generally it's more like 100, 150 if you guys are staying pretty active. So what you want to do is you go into, and I guess I'll upgrade that because that's going to annoy me. So you go into your items now and you see the ones that you are missing. you're missing a bracelet, a belt, and the weapon for attack items. You're not missing anything for here, so don't worry about it for now. You're missing the pendant, ring, and gauntlet for that. You're missing a ton of stuff for this one. So what you want to do is look to see which ones are common throughout. So I'm missing those 3 there. None of them are matching here. None of them are matching here. And I am missing, let's see, I'm missing the same 3 as the top one, and I'm missing the gauntlet. So I'm kind of going to focus on that. So what you do then is you go back to my Discord channel, and you go into Game Tools, and you scroll to see this. Now this tells you the types of chests and what each slot has. So as you can see, those 3 on the top, then the side one. So those mostly show the yellow circles here, which are loot crates, and the blue, which are chests. So then I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go to chests. I'm just going to buy the basic ones. And for some reason, it does not let me buy the other types, which is a flaw for them. So actually, if you do level up a little bit, then the other types of chests do show up. So if you're missing specific pieces, then you can just do some attacks, level up, and then you'll be able to buy the specific chests. But for now, just buy the pack here, or I could wait and save up for that. I don't think there's any sapphires that I can earn quickly to be able to do that. So let me check this really quickly. That could give me 50. I could do really quickly, and none of these are big enough to really add up. So, okay, what I would suggest is saving up and buying one of the big chests for 1,250, and this is for 2 reasons. It doesn't really give you more items. It'll give you the same as if you're buying 10 of these, I think, right? Yeah, so it's the same as if you're buying 10 of them, of these small ones. But the thing is, every 10 of these that you buy is a guaranteed legendary item. But you can buy as many of these as you want, and there isn't a guaranteed legendary item. So you do want to buy these and the other mighty chest variants in higher leagues if you can. But for right now, then it won't. I don't have enough, and I'm not going to spend money because I'm just going to delete this account after the video. So I'm just going to buy this real quick, and then I have enough to buy another one, and then I'm going to quickly, dude, I hate that they still have this, like, you can't just be like, I know how to play this game. Stop telling me everything. So I'm just going to, like, spam tap and, like, okay, cool. I don't give a fuck. So, yeah, I'm just going to take the 5 cities. I think it's 3, actually. I do need to upgrade, like they're telling me. So, do this real quick. Oh, I forget how weak I am. So I actually have to send larger marches. So, now we got buy a chest. Okay. Cool. The other thing, I think that's enough. So let me just take that last one. I think it was 5 cities total. And so, yes. Oh, I reached 100 power. So that's cool. I'm just getting enough for one more chest. So I'm going to upgrade this to level 5 to unlock a mission. And then I also have a daily mission. Oh, I have to take one more city. So let me do that real quick. And then I'll show you how to use your skill points. All right, cool. So I took that. I'm going to collect that. Upgrade city 5 times. Oh, I have to upgrade it one more time. My bad. So I guess I did have that finished. I was just retarded. Okay, I'll claim those just for the hell of it because I hate those little notifications in the side. And then we'll go here. We'll buy one more chest. And again, save up for the bigger one. But just for explanation purposes, I'm going to just do these right now. and I should be able to just mass open them. I pressed the wrong one. I do like opening them singularly because I think it's a higher rate of success in terms of getting better items, but you can just open all. It's down in the corner. You see open all and open one. You can just open them all if you're impatient, but I do like to tap through them because I think it's a higher success rate of better items. This isn't like a tested and true opinion. It's more suspicion for me. But yeah, so I got those. Now I'm going to go to here. I'm going to just do autofill like all of these again. And up here, we'll just upgrade a few of them. And I actually want to see where you see here, then what slot would that fill? That would fill this one, which doesn't give me any brave, but it gives me 6%. And I have an upgrade on that. So it does give me 4%, and that gives me 4%. So it's even trade. I'll explain what I'm talking about in just a second. So now it highlights it. Perfect. So I don't want this. I don't need it, at least. This one, I'm going to disenchant. It's the same thing, but I have a high rarity item right there, so I don't need that. Often, when you just press the mass disenchant, it's pretty accurate, but sometimes I like to just double check to make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, I'm just going to do that, disenchant them, because it means you have a higher rarity item already in that slot. So then we'll see here. Yeah, so what I was thinking earlier is you see how there's 5% striker, or 4% striker, and then here there's 4% fearless. Now, when you look into your stats, then you will have to make your first 5 level ups, or I should suggest, okay, I'm going to suggest you make your first 5 level ups into striker. And this is because when you do that, it unlocks fearless. So what I was thinking there is I want to have, and I am actually going to do that. No, I'm not going to say that. So when you're first starting off, you will not have full fearless. And what fearless is, and I'll just show you the skill here, fearless, is it gives you a maximum of 75% of your troops back when you attack. So if and I'm just going to pull in all my troops here. If I made a march on this level 35 city, I would not be able to take it, and so all my troops would die. But because I have my fearless as maxed out at 75%, I get 75% of those troops back. If you don't have full fearless, then your troops will show up here. And this works for brave as well, which is the defensive like flip of that. So your troops will show up here, the ones that weren't saved by fearless, and you have to buy them back with sapphires or real money, whatever. And that is pretty much a complete waste of resources buying your troops back. So you don't want to do that if possible. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to equip this, which gives me 4% brave or fearless, because for right now, it is more important than the 4% striker. So let's save that. Then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to put that to 5 levels to unlock the fearless. And then I'm going to press max to put the rest of my points into fearless. And press yes. That is what I want to change. Going to claim those real quick because they're annoying. And okay, so now you are set up as well as you're going to be to start attacking. How do you want to attack? There's a few different methods. Now, you can see here that there is stronger people around me. And you know this because their banners have a dark red around them. And so you'll see here, Dark Honest is dark red, whereas Lord Tiny Bits is not dark red. It's like a light red. And then there's also pink here, and that, oh, it just turned, that's weird. But I'll just say this way, Lagus. Then he is a weak player. So that means when I go to attack him, he is Well, I can't attack main cities. Let's just do that for explosion. All right. So he's a weak player, which means he is at minimum 50% of my military power or less. And they don't have different like variations of light pink to see which one it is. So you pretty much just have to tap on them and it'll say like you only earn 50% experience for hitting this opponent. If he was, what is it? I think 40% of my military power, then he would be 0% experience. And then if he's 30% of my military power, then it's a demo attack. And you won't be doing demo attacks down here because your striker won't be high. Of course, if you're whaling, then you will. So I have a demo attack video that you can watch if that is the case. So what I want to do here is level as efficiently as possible. And to level as efficiently as possible is you want to hit 200% experience. And I want to say right now, leveling up quickly is not always the best choice. But if you look at the leaderboard and there are people in like the millions of KP, and this shows KP, not MP. Apparently the MP leaderboard works as well. So you can see there's people in millions of KP and MP, whereas I only have in the hundreds of KP and MP. So it doesn't really matter if I hit higher levels like cities and make as much experience as possible. Now, I want to mention here, if you do want to get to a cluster of higher level cities, then you can use what's called a jump. And jumps are, there's a few different types. You can either take a force jump, is what I like to call it, when you attack a weaker player. Let's say I was attacking that pink player. If I could find his cities, damn. So this would be like a weaker player. He's red, but he's pretty low. And so I'm a bit higher level than him, likely have more troops than him. So I could take a force jump, which means I will take the city, like I'll jump through it, and then I'll be able to hit this guy over here. And I call it force jump because he can't wall me, likely. Even if he puts his troops there, he won't be able to block me. And so I'll take that, it's a force jump, and then I'll use that to attack the player that I want it to. The other two types of jumps are neutral jumps, which is you're just jumping through a neutral city, unoccupied city. And you can only take these if you have less than 30 cities total, because once you have more than 30 cities, these will all disappear and you won't be able to attack them. And then the third type of jump is like an agreed jump. You either go into the global chat and you ask the person, assuming they're online, if you can take this city as a jump, and then they'll let you. Let's say it was this guy. So I jump through him to attack this guy, and he doesn't wall me because there's like a little bit of an agreement there. Oh, and walling, by the way, is just putting troops in the way of someone so that they can't take the city. So those are the three types of jumps that you can take, and I do not really need to use any of them at this time. The reason being is because I'm so close to the person. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull all my troops in. I have 100 troops left in my main, I guess. I did not, I don't know why. Maybe I just didn't get them early. By the way, if you do not have Weapon Master, hopefully you can use that promo code and get it. But if you do not have Weapon Master, then what I'd advise doing is you'll go into your gear, you'll tap on this, you'll press equip, so it'll equip your speed items. Then you go to place the attack, you make the attack, then you go back to here and you press the attack items, you press equip. And this is because it won't auto swap the items for you. Oh, that was okay, that's fine. So yes, that's going to be technically like a suicide attack, which I wouldn't recommend, but I guess I should have just scouted him. That wouldn't have been an issue. But he likely has the same amount in every city, and so it's not really too much of a problem. Early, like the first few levels that you take, it's not gonna be too much of a problem, but when you're higher up, you don't want to suicide into a city knowing that you'll lose. So now I took this little city almost as like a mini jump. I am going to multi-scout. This is slow and painful down at this level, but as you get better gear, it'll take less time. I'm just going to claim all these because they're annoying to have that little notification in the background. I am going to open this chest because it might have items that I need currently. So I'm going to go back to here, just do autofill, 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 autofill. Nothing shows up. I'm just going to disenchant the ones it tells me to because it's generally pretty accurate. And I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to swap back to the, this is the bow. Let me see, that's 2%. I think it would swap out for that, yeah. So that's not really worth it to me for only 2%, but it is 4% actually, my bad. Let me see. That is worth it to me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to equip the bow, and I'm going to re-equip this one that I had earlier. And then what I'm also going to do, now that I have 90, let's see. No, I'm not going to upgrade it. We'll talk about that later if it gets to that point. So I swapped those back in because I want the higher fearless. So that one and this one I swapped out for attack items. And so it's going to save that for me. I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to put my remaining skill points into fearless. And now you see that I am at 71%, almost max. I got 2 more skill points that will go towards that. I'm going to collect those troops, don't really need them. Yeah, I already scouted. I'm pretty sure that his defense is going to be a bit higher. So I'm going to just put this here. I think it'll be worth it sending that march over to this cluster. And I'll likely just speed it up here and voice it over for you guys because it's a bit of an arduous process just doing these slow marches. I now have max amount of fearless, and it gives me a base 20% or basic level 33% in this league. So it is nice to have that. In the next league, I believe it'll give you like 15%. So as you go up in leagues, you get less base level fearless. And so in the highest league, you'll get just 1% base level. And that's just like a free fearless amount that the game gives you because you're just starting off. And so it's nice. And so now that I have full fearless, which is 75%, I'm going to put everything into striker for now because I'm just attacking. I don't really need to worry about defending. If I was defending a lot or someone was attacking me a lot and I wanted to wall them, which again is just placing troops in their way so they can't take the city, I would then put 5 points into Guardian, and then I would max out my fearless, or my brave, sorry. My brave's at 59%, which isn't horrible. So if someone snipes me right now, which basically is hitting the city a second after someone's attack lands on that city, and so if you don't have Weapon Master, your items obviously won't swap for you, and then it kills off a lot of their troops. So that's like a mid-grade strategy. Not advanced, but it's a pretty basic strategy that some people use to hurt other people, especially in lower leagues when you don't have Weapon Master or just don't have good gear. Now, I'm not going to reinforce that city yet, but I will move troops up here. Just as you go, as you're continuing to attack, and I'll put that point in, as you're continuing to attack, then you want to continually move your troops to reinforce. Now, you don't necessarily want to reinforce it all to the same city while you're attacking, but as of now, it does seem like he is. I'm just going to let those scouts land real quick. Seems like all the cities pretty much have close to the same amount. So from here, I basically just keep hitting this person till he's 150% experience. Then I move on pretty much after that to the next person. And I just cycle up to stronger players every time. You want to keep an eye on their military power. So you hit the weaker player first, and then you go up as you progress. And you want to kind of stick within 100 to 200% experience. I'm going to kind of just skip around now to the different points that I make that I think are useful. and otherwise I'll just speed through everything so you guys don't have to watch all this like in between work. And of course, like as I'm going, I'll put points into striker and fill item slots when I get chests. How your power works out is it's a basis of your KP, which is every city has a certain amount of KP. You see here the crown is the kingdom points, or KP. And so this city's worth 30 of them. And I have a total of, up here it shows, well, I guess it doesn't show, but like in the corner here you can see I have 636 KP. But my MP, which is what it shows when you go to send an attack, is 695. And it's because it adds my troops that I have, which is a total of, I don't know, 23K, 24K. Yeah, almost 24,000 troops. And so it adds those to my military power in a fraction of 250. Unless they changed it, they might have. I didn't check this season. So what it is you take your troops, you have 24K, you divide it by 250, it gives you whatever small amount of numbers, and then from there, then you add that to your KP, and that's what gives you your MP. And if you join my Discord, there's like formulas and stuff for that. So he's only 150%. I'm going to take those last 8K troops, and then I'm going to stop attacking him, because anything less than 150% experience is not worth it to me because of how low my striker is right now. I want to level as efficiently as possible, so I want the maximum amount of experience per city. And I get that by hitting 150 to 200% opponents and preferably killing their troops, because everyone right now, as you can see, what's this guy's name? Wolf? He has a very low Guardian. If someone has a high Guardian, it's not really worth killing their troops because you'll lose too many. But with his Guardian being so low, it's like those troops just sitting alone in that city. And so I, without like any walls around them, undefended, so I can hit them and I can kill them and get more experience, because for every troop killed, I get 3 experience. Every troop that of mine that dies, I only get 1 experience. And then also, because it's 150 experience, you can multiply that by 1.5 to get the total experience for the attack. Now you can see here, when you just tap on the value, it gives me a 29.1K total attack, and his is more like 9.6K. You can't really rely on that value being right, the 9.6, because when you look in this, I'll try to find the 8K, it's really 14.3, not 9.6. So it's not actually an accurate representation if you just look at the attack window. And they need to fix that. It's been like that for a while, and they've just been too lazy to update it. So that 9.6 is not an accurate value. So that's something to keep in mind when you're attacking. You can't assume that. And as you kill the troops, every troop is worth whatever percentage of scavenger that you have. Scavenger is this 4% skill right here, and that gives you 4% for every 4% extra for every troop that you kill. There's different stages of troops that you can send. And so as you see here, if I send over 10K, it's 2 minutes 45 seconds. But if I go down and I send 9.74K, so it's under 10K, it's like a minute less. And so a way to save time is just split your troops if you're reinforcing a city, and you'll get there quicker. Now, yeah, so it is over a minute. So you see here, if I wanted to speed these up, I'd press here, and it cuts it in third. So anything over a minute march, you can speed up. And so that'll save you 2/3 of the time. So if you're sending a minute march, it'll knock it down to 20 seconds, and so on. And right now I'm actually going to take a jump, like I was talking earlier, because I have a little bit of troops here. So I'm going to send them right here for that jump point, because if I go over 30 cities, which I'm going to do soon, I won't be able to take that jump point. So I'm just going to take that right now while I have a chance to. So you see he has a lot of troops there. Now, this is where what I want to do is look at how much brave he has. He only has 33% Guardian, 49% Brave, and 39% Fearless. So he's a pretty weak target, and I think it would be smart to just kind of like suicide my marches into him to level up quickly. So I know this has a lot of troops in it. This has less troops in it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit this one for 48 seconds, because I'll be able to kill more of his troops, and therefore I will be able to level up quicker. So I do just speed up here. I'm just kind of suiciding to this guy, then I move on to another guy. As you can see, as I level up and get chests, then I disenchant and just like keep it clean. And later on, like I'll reference the data sheets that I was showing earlier. And I also join a clan, which is important because down here, I would say join a weaker clan so you don't have anyone that would be your target that is not your target now because you can't hit clanmates. But then it is important because you get clan missions where you earn rewards, and you can see those there. And I do send out a expedition as well. I always send out gear expeditions if I can, and I'll reroll once a day. If I don't get it from the initial, you can reroll it and it'll give you 2 more options. So I do try to reroll it just once to try to get the gear expedition. And of course, also events that you can finish, but those are pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I made any crazy intellectual points from this point on, and the video is taking pretty long, so hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the outro, and see you next time. He only has 33% Guardian, 39% Fearless, and 49% Brave. Where I have a much higher Fearless than he does have Brave,